Hey everybody, welcome to the Power Hour of Love. I'm Charboil and this is
El Bandito.
I gotta tell you, El Bandito, why don't you tell everyone how you love Windows updates?
Oh man, I gotta say them Windows updates got me. They got me just feeling the love today, man. Because here at the Power Hour of Love, we're all about spreading the love for all the beautiful things out there in the world. And hey, without Windows, we couldn't make this fabulous show possible. And without Windows, it wouldn't make it an absolute nightmare every time 10 minutes right before we go on the air. So we were plagued with some updates and technical issues throughout the course of the day today, but we've got most of it all figured out and on track, and we're excited to come at you guys with our exciting show tonight, man, where we are doing Convention Mania Part 2, baby. That's right. We're going to tell you guys about the latest and greatest cons all upcoming for the rest of the year here in 2018, and they're going to be right in our backyard here in Florida, South Florida, Central Florida, man. We're going to tell you beautiful people where it's at.
Oh, you know it, El Bandito. I'm so stoked about it, man. You know, it's like whenever we go to these cons, man, you just get so excited because you're surrounded by all these cats, man, that are like, you know, into the same stuff that we're into and that we talk about every week, man, and we just go and have a great time. And it's just a real blast, man, and we hope that you guys will come and join us, too.
Absolutely, man. Cons are like concerts, bro. Like, you just get out there and you feel that energy of people who are all just hanging out, talking about, and doing stuff that they freaking love, man. So it's awesome that we finally tapped into this, expansive world of cons, man, because we've always attended a whole bunch of them. And then, Tom out there at Daytona Beach Comic-Con reached out to us and was like, hey, man, come do your show live from our con. And I was like, oh, my God, that's amazing. Heck yes, we're totally there. So big ups to Tom. Thank you so much for all that you do and for all that you've done for us, man. We've had a super blast. And our part 1 of Convention Mania is kind of what spurred that conversation on. So hopefully part 2 will get our eyes on a bunch of other different cons that we can bring right into your guys' door if you can't make it out there. But we've got a whole big show for you guys tonight. We got some games we're going to play and have some fun. We've got some PoDunk news coming back at you with some wacky, wild stuff. So what do you say, man, with this long list of stuff, we just jump right into it?
Oh, let's dive right in, man. Head first. It's summertime, man, and we're going to jump into a pool of awesome.
All right. So here we go. Starting off, we got to give a big shout out to Mark Zuptich, who came out. I think I messed up his name again. No, he came out and joined us last week. Him and Sean Barber and Chris Hall, they're out there working on this amazing indie comic, Into the Darkness, man, that they're self-publishing through Kickstarter. They're 100% funded, man, so thank you guys. I know a lot of our listeners out there went and subscribed and pledged and, are going to get their hands on this awesome comic. It's really cool. It's not just a horror comic. It's a horror, action, adventure, super comic, man. All sorts of great stuff. Not only did he get fully funded, but they met all of their stretch goals, guys. So we're going to get tons of cool free stuff. So,
oh, yeah, dude. I am like so stoked, man. I'm so happy for these guys. They're such nice dudes. That I see Chris Hall's down here in the comments. How's it going, Chris? He joined us last week. We're having a great time. Sean Barber, Mark, like you said, man, they're great, man. And I know, like you said, they they had a goal, they met that goal, and then they just took it to the moon, man. And they said it's their first Kickstarter, so congratulations, guys. We're so happy for you, and thanks for sharing it with the Power Hour of Love.
Absolutely, man. Thank you guys so much for that. It was a super, super, super blast. I know I can't wait to get my hands on the comic, guys, because I did my pledge down there.
Man, if you keep, not saying Mark's name right, though, you might end up in the comic. He says if the characters die, they die in the, in the comics,
Yeah.
they're gone for good.
He's going to give me some gruesome death and get me out of there, so stop bothering him.
They might write you off or draw you off, right?
All right, but also, this month, we've been celebrating National Candy Month here in the month of June, man. We wanted to give big ups to the Gourmet Chocolatier. We know we mentioned them earlier this month on our first episode when they hooked us up with some awesome gourmet chocolates that we gave out as prizes to some of you beautiful people out there who won some of our contests earlier. We met them at the Daytona Beach Comic Con, and you can meet them at several upcoming cons later this year. So head over to their Facebook page and check out all their awesome products. They obviously make gourmet chocolate, and they do it in all sorts of awesome shapes and sizes, man. So we did something a little bit special here, wrapping up the end of the month. We decided we wanted to get somebody in here, a special guest, to try some of the Gourmet Chocolatier's delicious chocolate and tell us what they thought of it. So look, I'm going to drop a little bit of video right here behind us. Let's check it out.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
Bam.
Oh, man. I got a lot smaller there, as you can see. Well, why don't you tell them who this fine young gentleman is?
I'll tell you guys. I'm going to throw him up on the big screen real quick.
Do it.
Boom. All right, so this is my nephew, man, Gabriel. He's out there checking out the Power Hour right now. I'm sure that he is. I want to thank him so much for coming by and checking out. We hooked him up with we gave him all of these amazing Gourmet Chocolatier Avengers chocolates. He let me eat the Hulk, though. That was so nice of him. He's a super good dude, man. But thanks to our amazing Windows update, it completely destroyed the audio that we recorded during the piece. So I'm sorry, Gabe. We'll have to come in and get you in to do something else. But I know he said how much he really liked it. I mean, if you notice, he hardly takes it out of his mouth the entire time I'm trying to talk to him. So he absolutely loved it, man. Thank you to him so much for coming by. I'm glad he enjoyed it. Thank you so much to the Gourmet Chocolatier, obviously. You sent us so much nice stuff. I was able to even save some and give it to my family. And I hope we're repping you guys right by showing off these awesome chocolates, man. So thanks so much.
What a great little dude Gabe is, man. And I got to say, after you gave him all that chocolate, I know you handed him back to his parents, right? You were like, have fun, right?
No, I know his Nana and Granddad were all like, you got to save those for after dinner. And he just ran. So that was awesome.
He learns from the best.
But he let me have the Hulk. That was so cool. So
absolutely.
He said, because I'm big like the Hulk. Nice.
Well, thanks, Gabe. We're glad you enjoyed your chocolates. And once again, thanks to the Gourmet Chocolatier for providing those great tasty treats.
No doubt. All right. So Gourmet Chocolatier, thank you, ladies. Let's go ahead and move right on and see what's coming up next. Because we're going to talk about some cons and stuff.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait.
Come on, Windows. Let's do it. All right, here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Talking about Cosography.
Oh, yeah, man. And I know this is something that, maybe back in the day we weren't completely into, but going to all those cons, man, you definitely get your fill of cosplay.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm totally into dressing up all the time.
Sure.
Halloween's my favorite holiday of the year, but I really like those cosplayers who go all out and kind of become the character and they take on the mannerisms and have a lot of fun with it. I think I know I've terrified a few people when I've dressed up and been way too in character. They're just like, bro, I don't know who you are. Please leave me alone. So.
Remember the time we met Carmen Sandiego and she wouldn't let you take a picture with her because she was afraid she'd be captured?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. That's super cool. Do you remember the time I was dressed like the Riddler and I accosted some Batgirl and she was totally like, dude, what do you, I don't even know who you are.
Hey, didn't you end up in Arkham Asylum for that one?
Almost, man.
But we're talking about Cosography, which, man, is right around the corner, June 30th. That's this upcoming Saturday. Where's this happening, El Bandito?
This is happening up at the Space Coast Convention Center, man, up here in Cocoa, Florida, man. So I'm super psyched about this event. It's, like I said, right in our backyard, just a little further north from where we're at. So, if you love cosplay, you can't miss this, guys. And I know what you're thinking. This is kind of, unusual. Cosplay is always part of a convention, but I've never seen a convention just for cosplay. So you might be wondering, well, what kind of stuff might I see there? Well, that's what kind of our game is going to be tonight, right? What we're doing is we are going to show you guys some of these really cool cosplays that are out there, and we want to see if you guys can guess who they are in the comments, right?
Oh,
so
yeah.
They're pretty easy, but a couple of them are like really, really cool, and I couldn't believe that someone like that was local and wasn't a pro cosplayer like put this together and came out and rocked it. It's so cool. Now, Senior Bull hasn't seen these either. So he'll give you guys 15 or 20 seconds to like put in your comments, and then he'll guess who it is. So
that's awesome, man. We definitely got a great group of people down in here. I see Kim from the Gourmet Chocolatiers. Welcome, Kim.
Hey.
Thank you for joining us tonight. She's also throwing down some information there in the comments. It looks like there's some other events that we might not be able to cover, but yeah, absolutely. If you guys know other conventions going on soon, feel free to throw them in the comments.
Well, she does say the cosplay event, so I think she means this one.
Oh, maybe that's it. I know Sanford might be a little bit of a distance away, but absolutely, feel free to throw it on there. Throw a link down in there. We're all about the love here, but right now we're talking about Cosography.
Let's check it out, man. Let's see what we got. So this, I know, is in association with the Space Coast Comic-Con that we're going to talk about a little later tonight and
Love
tell you a
those
little
guys.
bit. Heck yeah, man. David out there, he's the man. So, we're just super psyched about that. Wanted to make sure you guys knew there was a cool connection. But like I said, let's get into the cosplay action, man. All right, now this is just a random cosplay picture I found online.
Okay.
I was like, damn, this embodies what I'm talking about. Because, like, here's this chick, and she's dressed like the Bombardier Harley Quinn, and she's got the mallet, and she's ready to crush somebody, man. So this is really the spirit of it, right? This is like the first image that comes up if you Googled cosplay. So I figured this would be a good frame of reference for anyone who's not familiar with it. As we move on to see, like, dude, these local cats are every bit as awesome as this right here.
Oh,
man.
I am getting stoked. I'm so glad you didn't show these to me beforehand because it's going to be a total surprise, man. I'm seeing them just when you guys are.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. All right, we're going to start off with a nice ensemble photo here, and you guys start shouting in the comments as soon as you know who it is or who any of these beautiful ladies here are. What do you think, Senor Bull?
Well, I definitely like it.
Heck yeah, those are some epic costumes. I love the armor, man.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, here's the funny thing.
Okay.
I remember there was a show that wasn't this on Cartoon Network for a little while? I don't know the name of it unless I'm completely off here. But the red devilish kind of lady kind of makes me think of that show.
The red devilish lady?
Yeah.
Makes you think of that show?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you a hint. That was the only person that I knew who it was.
Really? Oh, these other ladies, you're not sure who they are,
No,
huh?
I'm not 100% familiar with it. Maybe some people will be able to drop it in the comments. But I know Chris Hall's nailing it back there. So's Kim Girardi.
Oh, man.
Oh, don't be trying to cheat and look.
I'm supposed to guess. I'm sorry. I thought they were helping me. I thought I was phoning all my friends here.
There you go. Okay, well, sure, you can phone some friends then, man. They're calling it out. They're like, dude, that's Hell Girl.
Oh, okay, awesome, man. Look, now I see the I see the fist.
Yeah, the Fist of Doom or whatever they call it.
Oh my gosh, man. You know, I mean, not to take away from the cosplay, but I saw that recent like Hellboy trailer. I'm super stoked about that. But man, she looks fantastic.
Heck yeah.
Now, do you remember the show I'm talking about though? It was on Cartoon Network and it had all these weird disarray of characters. Like,
dude, that's like every show on Cartoon Network. Come on, nothing made any sense on that station. That was seriously like put on by a bunch of guys that were just tripping, man.
Now, so we don't know who these other ladies are, huh?
I didn't write it down. I was very stoked about Hell Girl. And
that is hot. Like, I think it's great. She looks awesome.
Yeah, and she goes around with a whole banner. She's got the gun, everything, man.
Oh, she's got the guns, all right. Yeah. I mean, look at it. I mean, it's like, man, probably head to toe she's covered in that.
Yeah, and what's cool is how she's utilizing her height. You know, she's obviously tall for a girl, but I mean, like, that goes perfect with the character. So.
That's awesome, man. No, great job. Now, once again, yeah. So was this at this was at last year's event?
Yes, this was at last year's Cosography right here in Cocoa.
Man, so there you guys go. I mean, if you're new to the cosplay game, I mean, just look at these 4 ladies right here. People come out really decked out, and this is just the first photo.
Yeah, this is just the first one.
Awesome.
So here, we'll head on to photo number 2, and we'll see what people think, man. So, okay. This one here I don't believe it's like an actual character.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
But just an awesome freaking costume. And I thought maybe this one here people might know if it is like a named character. But I think it's kind of more of a generic costume.
Well, her ears really look like World of Warcraft-ish.
Yeah.
I think those elves were like Didn't they always have like the real pointy ears? But I don't know. Maybe
I
even
never
Zelda.
played the game. I don't know.
Maybe even Zelda kind of had that. I know. Mr. Fusion's in the comments down there. Maybe he's gonna be able to throw out who this fine lady is here. Like at least she definitely has a little elfness to her.
No doubt. But talk about going full gorilla on the costume, man. I mean, she's got a cool staff with the all sorts of accoutrement, moss and stuff hanging off it.
Absolutely.
I mean, really, really cool stuff.
Is that her real hair?
I think it is, yeah.
No, that's awesome. Can I peek in the comments now? Is anybody getting it?
Chris Hall says poison elves.
Oh, okay.
So if that's what that is, I'm not familiar with it, but it's awesome.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. No, it looks great, man. Like I said, it's just so wild that, like you said, right in our backyard, people are going this far out. Like, like you said, if you go to like the San Diego Comic-Con or something, you see like hundreds and hundreds. But man, look at this detail, man. It's so cool.
Yeah. All right, let's see who's up next.
Oh, okay.
Maybe some people might know this guy, right?
I don't know, man. I mean, there could be a variety of characters, Oh man, but no, that's an odd If Party Man Will is out there, I know he was popping in earlier. I know he will appreciate this because this is absolutely the Jack Nicholson version of the Joker from Batman 89. Can you believe that Batman 89 is almost 30 years old?
Yeah, I can. Every day I wake up and go, oh, God, I can't believe this was 30 years ago. So
I know.
I'm getting old, man. But I got to say this, it's a nice touch that I think he has the crowbar there. So it's kind of, he's blending the Jack Nicholson with a lot of the comic book sadisticness of the Joker. So I love that. I love that he has a crowbar, man. So he's kind of got his own version of the Joker, which I think is really cool.
Like Marlon Wayans was originally supposed to play Robin in like Tim Burton's Vision.
Oh,
do you believe that?
I did hear that once. Yeah.
I mean, we had Billy D. Williams, right?
Dude, I think they even said once that they were trying to get Eddie Murphy to play a Robin or something.
Really?
Yeah,
that might have been like in the original,
stuff.
like Sam Hamm's, like write up his original script, but man, definitely awesome character.
Yeah,
here.
Great Joker right there. Loved it. All right, let's see who's next, everybody. Oh man, now this one's a tricky one. This one, the camera may just be too far away for you to catch the details on this one.
I really can't see the badge, but I mean, is it maybe something?
Check out the badge he's got up here. You see that one a little better?
Oh, okay. Now I should know this. I just recently defeated the awesome DLC for the latest game, which I really enjoyed. But yes, absolutely, we got a Umbrella operative, it seems, here. I don't know if he's a specific character from the games, but he's definitely he's running in the ranks of Umbrella from Resident Evil.
It looks like Steve Z's calling out that's a Chris Redfield right there.
Oh, okay. Now. Very good call, Steve, because in the latest game, like Umbrella, you don't really know where they fall, but Redfield's kind of working with them. So those games, I mean, hey, Resident Evil 7, awesome game. Ending left you a little bit kind of like, but play the DLC. It was awesome.
well, now the comments are blowing up on this Joker stuff, man. Mr. Fusion's like, yo, Mark Hamill's still the best Joker out there. He also says Robin Williams was supposed to play the Riddler, too. So
That's true.
I did hear that. That's pretty wild. But going back to Chris Redfield, man, when he first appeared, he was in 2, right?
Yes. Oh, no, he was the original. He was in. You're thinking of Leon Kennedy.
Oh, that's right. Okay, because I was going to say that guy was a cop.
Yes.
He was just he didn't work for Umbrella, right? But that's Leon.
No. Yeah, okay. Leon. Yeah, Chris was in the first game with Jill, and he kind of uncovered the Umbrella.
I'm not going to lie. I just played as Jill.
Well, I know you always like playing as the ladies.
No doubt. Let's see what kind of ladies we can dig up out here at last year's Cosography, man, as we get psyched to attend this year's Cosography.
This Saturday, was it 10 to 5 or something? I mean, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. All right. Oh, here's a duo here. They weren't together, but here's two cosplayers here.
Huh.
What do you think of these guys?
So the one on the girl. She's from that Disney movie about that had the rock.
You gotta give them a second. Give the people out there a second.
I'm sorry. I thought I was guessing. I don't know. These rules confuse me.
I know. I didn't think them through right now.
You're like, don't look down there. Guess. I'm trying to guess. You're doing it wrong.
And I'm like, no, look down there. Look at what people are saying.
All right. Well, here, before we jump to her, let's check out this dude over here. Now,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we did like a whole special on this guy.
We may have, man, but just like this image, we may have done half an episode on this guy.
Now, this is true. This is true. So that's Hawkeye right there.
You got it, man.
That Hawkeye.
I see people are shouting it down in the comments too.
Oh, they're throwing it down?
Mr. Fusion apparently says it's Mo Mama. I think he's got drunk fingers down there.
He is Mr. Fusion.
You know it.
And but yes, absolutely. You know, I know there's that Disney movie that has a lot of the whole.
Yeah, Moana. That's who.
Yeah,
that's what he's trying to type is Moana, but he put Mo Mama.
What's the name of the god in that one? He's the Hawaiian
Maui.
Maui. There you go. Yeah. How could I forget Maui Wowie? Right? No, absolutely. No, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. I always really like the Disney princess cosplays.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like they're just kind of cool. Having like the animation come to life and
Yeah, well, like how she has the oar that's sketched into it and stuff. That's so cool.
You know, there's probably a lot of people that could like fulfill fantasies and stuff. Never mind.
It's just, I'm gonna ignore that and be like, "Yo, do you think this Hawkeye really shoots the bow and arrow? You think he knows how?"
I don't know, man.
He looks pretty legit, right?
There you go. He's got the guns, man. I know it takes a lot of strength to wield a bow and arrow.
It depends. Composite bows kind of do it for you, but I think that is a regular bow. But either way, look at how he's got the arm pieces and stuff like that. I mean, that could just be for the costume, but he looks like a cat who could sling some arrows.
Hey, if any of you guys can sling some arrows in the comments, throw it down in there.
I know Bishop out there can, man.
I know Frederico.
Yeah.
You know, he definitely has.
Yeah. He shoots them. He shoots arrows at people. It's a little different. But all right, let's see who we got next. Oh, man, this one to me was super cool because you see a lot of these cats out there, but never one exactly this specific. Let's give it a minute out there. I want to see if these people in the crowd and our beautiful people out there, if they can pick up on this costume here, man.
That's pretty badass.
This is cool,
I like
right?
it. Yeah.
This is cool.
Yeah.
This is probably the most unique version of this I've seen.
Well, let me tell you a quick story just about this character without naming it. I remember when I got this issue #1.
Yeah.
I was like so stoked because
Yeah.
I was like, yes, I got an issue #1. I'm going to hold on to this forever and it's going to be worth like billions, you know. Go to find out that in the 90s, like they printed so many. Now, you know, who knows, maybe 70 years from now, someone will be like, hey, that's awesome. You got that issue #1. So, I mean, it's still.
Yeah, but see, there's a difference. When they made a few of the original, like, 60s comics, and then people coveted them and wanted them. Let's be honest, nobody really wants a #1 of this book.
Now, I did like some of the other characters that kind of spawned from these titles. I like the whole take on them, but it looks like
yeah, we got some guesses down there. Mr. Fusion says, is it Captain Marvel? Kim wonders if it's one of the Power Rangers, but Chris Hall's down there crushing it. It is Spider-Man 2099, man.
Absolutely.
What a cool version. Never seen a Spider-Man 2099 before.
Not as far as a cosplay goes. Like, I don't even know if that. I mean, I'm sure he still exists in the history, but I don't know how often he shows up on the pages.
I know they made an Xbox game, that Shattered Dimensions one, and he's a huge part of that game. So
That's
he's
awesome,
one of the 4 Spider-Mans you could be. So he's hanging around in that capacity. He's hanging out in the mythos, man. So
and like
really
you
cool
said, this
stuff.
is right up north. This isn't, this isn't MegaCon. It's not over San Diego. We love those cons too, but this is just so cool that these guys from Coco in the Brevard area, man, are really giving it some love.
Yeah,
the Space Coast.
They're bringing it out there. That's awesome.
Showing the love.
All right, let's see who's next. Oh man. All right, we know our Hawkeye here on the left, dude, but this little dude here, man, I thought this was a pretty baller costume right here.
Okay, I want to give him a chance to throw it down over here.
Yeah, because it's sort of like a hybrid costume, but not really. Like,
I think I know where it's going.
Yeah.
I get it.
I get it too, man. I could tell this Hawkeye gets it. Look at the smile on his face, dude.
Oh,
this guy's like,
absolutely.
that's boss, son. What are you guys thinking out there, man?
I think they're like, all right, I'm throwing it down, El
Do
Bandito.
it, man. Do it.
That is totally Sebastian Shaw.
Sebastian Shaw? The
Winter Soldier.
No,
right?
no. Sebastian Shaw is He's the guy from X-Men, the Hellfire Club.
Is that? No, I thought. What's that dude's name?
Sebastian Stan is the actor who plays.
Classic bull.
Sebastian Shaw was Kevin Bacon. Remember?
That's right. We got to remember. You always have to work Kevin Bacon in somehow, right?
No doubt, man.
But yeah, this is definitely Bucky taking on the role of Cap, which fans of the comics would know that at one point Cap was killed. And Bucky took on the reins of Captain America.
Absolutely. But he's okay. He's back to life now because that's the way comics are, except for Into the Darkness, which you should check out on Kickstarter.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I loved it, dude. Like his Bucky Barnes arm, but he's got his Cap shield. He's got his Cap clothes, and he's got the Bucky wig. I'm like, dude, this guy's like, he's just bringing it together.
And that's what's nice, man. It's like you can kind of, exactly. You could literally create a Mr. Fusion cosplay costume and nobody's
an actual Mr. Fusion cosplay
there you
pretty
go.
good.
Actually be walking around as
get people Converse
people will be putting trash in you. No, that's awesome, man. Very cool, very cool. I bet his parents are very big comic fans too.
Totally, man. All right, let's see what's up next. Okay, now we've got right here, this is a very special one, guys. All right, this one's really, I saw this and I was like, I cannot believe that someone handmade this entire epic duo costume right here. This blew me away, and I got to see how many people out there can shout it out. So please, if you know who it is, just shout it out, man. Throw it in the comments here. Senior Bull, give them a second, but check this out. The coolest cosplay to me by far. It kind of takes you a second to look at it, and then you're like, dude, that's baller, man. That is super cool.
I dig it. This is very reminiscent to one of our June daily posts that we posted. We've been doing it throughout the month of June. We have every day there's a holiday that we're celebrating.
Yeah, goofy holiday.
Oh, yeah, they're very bizarre, but everyone seems to be having fun with it. But let's see, has anybody thrown it down? Oh,
yeah,
man.
They're throwing them out there.
Mr. Fusion.
All right, bonus points if you can name the girl's character, because I loved this freaking show. It absolutely is Darkwing Duck, man. Now that is a baller costume right there.
Oh, dude, it's so cool. Like, I love it. I know some people might be like, where's his beak? But man, that's just the magic behind it. Like, you do not just look at that costume and not say that's Darkwing. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so cool, man. And plus, you can still talk to people. And sometimes you have a big beak on.
I'm sure he's walking around like, I am the cosplayer that cosses at night.
Oh, can anybody guess the female character there from Darkwing Duck? I'll be honest, man. You've got me because I don't remember.
Yeah, I just remember that it was such a weird name, but I remember it, right? Does anyone remember Darkwing's real name, his secret identity? Do you remember?
Mallard something, right?
Mallard was his last name.
Lester Mallard or?
No, not Lester. Lester's such a yuck name. I feel bad. I'm sorry if someone out there's named Lester, but there's such a weird redneck name.
I know it's Mallard, but I don't remember the first name.
His first name was Drake.
So Drake Mallard?
Yeah, Drake Mallard, which are both names for ducks.
Okay. But I remember Gadget from Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers. I think I had a little bit of a crush on Gadget.
Yeah. I feel bad, man. If I run into any cosplayers as Gadget, they better watch out.
Chris Hall said Mindy?
No, it's not Mindy. It's not that's. I think you're thinking more of a DuckTales avenue. Oh, we're getting some angry faces down there. I think people just want us to tell them who it is. Well, all right, I'll tell you. Her name is Gosselin.
Oh, okay.
Which again is like something you'd call a duck, like a little baby duck. So
now, there's a certain idea of ours that's floated around for quite a few years. I think
it's in the wheelhouse.
I'm kind of like, wait a minute. This might have Darkwing Duck may have subliminally planted that idea.
But I have to say, when this show premiered, you remember it at the time, all these Disney shows would always have like an hour and a half like movie kind of pilot.
Yes.
And this one's was so freaking good, where Gosselin was like an orphan kid, and Darkwing like adopted her, and then they kind of became a little family. But then the bad guy kidnapped her, and he was like, "Oh, I shouldn't have a kid." And it's like, dude, it was so complex. And even as a kid, I was like, "This is such a moving freaking story." Man.
Oh yeah, dude. Like you said, it's one of those things that like I remember going to see the DuckTales movie. Like, it was in theaters, you know? Yeah, that was just I know what you're saying. Like, the introduction to the character would usually be started by like a little mini movie.
But now you mentioned earlier our posts here in June, right? So I know definitely the Donald Duck one's got to be on your mind because Donald Duck kind of sparked off DuckTales, kind of sparked off Darkwing, right?
Absolutely.
But dude, when we did the weed, what was it, Weed Your Garden Day?
Yes.
And we had people list all of their favorite plant-based superheroes and stuff, and we used a big picture of Poison Ivy.
Oh yeah.
I remember I threw down Bushroot, who was from Darkwing, man. I was like, come on, no love for Bushroot. That guy was a jam.
That's pretty awesome, man. No, I love that post, man. And yeah, it's just been getting a lot of cool conversations. So thanks to all the fans that have been joining in and having fun with us with those.
No doubt, guys. And those are all posted up right now across our Facebook page. At the end of the month, we're going to collect them in a big album for everybody to check out and kind of check them out because we've got a lot of emails about like, hey, can you send us this? Can you send us that? So, yeah, we'll definitely get them all in one place at the end of the month, man. It's been a lot of fun, and thanks to everybody who's been commenting on them. But let's check out. I think we got one last cosplay here.
Oh, man, I can't wait.
Yeah, this is the winner.
Oh,
this is the
last
person
year's.
who won last year's Cosography, man.
Oh, man, I am excited.
This is a cool costume. You know, I'm not sure if you're going to know this one. I knew this one right away. It was like, that is great.
Let's see it.
Let's take a look. All right. Are you ready, though? It's a little scary.
Oh, let's go. I want to see it.
All right. Here you go.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
We can't make that one bigger, can we?
No.
It's
sorry.
okay. It's okay. All right, I'm going to take a guess.
Sure.
Is that Solomon Grundy?
No. It's actually a lady. So.
Okay.
And those are wings that she has back there.
Oh, dude. Okay, I know what it is.
You got it now?
I think I do.
Like I said, I know this is far away. Look, Tom out there from Daytona Beach Comic-Con knows it right away. He says it's one of the weeping angels from Doctor Who.
Oh, okay. I was going to totally say a gargoyle from like the I thought we were going with the Disney Afternoon collection here.
No doubt, man. But yeah, I mean, that looks like a statue. Like when you see it, the paint job, and like there are other photos, other close-ups and stuff like that. And that's like a whole suit that they made that looks like concrete. Dude, it's awesome.
Man, that is pretty hot, man.
And this cosplayer was totally into it. Check this out. So there's like,
okay.
when you're looking right at her, she'll do this sort of number, and then when you're not, they do the other. Whoop, we skip to the. There we go. There you go.
Oh, so when you're not looking, she comes at you.
Yeah, she goes like that.
It's kind of like the ghost in Mario.
Yeah, exactly, like a boo. Yeah.
That's so cool, man. No, very, very awesome. Definitely award-winning, costume right there. It's just so cool. So, man, we've been looking at the ones from last year. Just imagine what we're going to see this Saturday at Cosography 2018.
No doubt, guys, because I'm sure all these people down here who didn't make first place are doubling down on their efforts and making some wicked costumes. They're going to come back with some pretty stellar stuff, man. We're excited to, just tell you guys about this event. We're even more excited to tell you we're going to this event, man.
Exactly. So, as much as you guys want to go out and hang out with all these cool cosplayers, you could also come out and hang out with El Bandito and I, man. I am so excited, looking at these photos, man. Like, I just can't wait to see what people come up with them. I'm sure we're going to try to catch some interviews with them or maybe talk to some of these cats and just kind of find out, hey, how long did it take you to make this? What gave you the inspiration to be this character? All that fun stuff, man. I can't wait.
No doubt, guys. So if for whatever reason you can't make it out, we understand. Things happen, things come up. But make sure to stay tuned here with us on Facebook Live. Throw us a like, follow our page, and you'll get all the updates while we're live at the event because we'll be streaming directly from it to show you guys some of the inside action up at Cosography this weekend, man.
Oh, it's going to be so cool, man. I can't wait. But just to give a little more information again on Cosography, we got, it's coming up this Saturday. It's at the Space Coast Convention Center in Cocoa. It's running 10 a.m. to 4. Is that 4 p.m.?
I think it's 6 p.m.
6 p.m. Sorry. Yeah. Writing so small.
I know. Right?
It's if you get in there early, it looks like it's only $8 for early registration, or it's $10 at the door, which, I mean, to get to check. I'm sure they're going to be doing all kinds of seminars and stuff like that.
They do panels, right? They also have vendors here who sell cosplay props or do panels on how they created their own costumes and stuff. So there's lots of really cool stuff at the event. Also, they're doing a special for Steam Play cosplayers who'll be eligible for special prizes from steampunk vendors.
That's pretty cool. And I mean, I know that's super hot right now. I mean, all that stuff that's coming out of the video game world, you know, with cyberpunk and all that, like it all kind of just meshes together and everybody has a good time, and you have the guys walking around with the little monocles and big top hats and stuff like that, man. It's so cool.
I like Kim says she's going to cosplay as a dinosaur from Jurassic World.
Oh man, what kind of dinosaur do you think Kim would be?
That's what I was just thinking. I think we should let people post in the comments what kind of dinosaur you think Kim is going to dress up as.
You know, they'll be throwing out some crazy name, something like I don't know what that is.
I think she'll be a Dilophosaurus because she's spitting that hotness whenever I was talking to her.
There you go, El Bandito. Oh, I see Jason L just joined us. I know he's a big Jurassic Park fan. You know, I know he saw the latest movie, told me I had to go check it out. We're going to definitely check it out soon, Jason L. And definitely, why don't you throw down what you think Kim should be as a dinosaur?
She's going to hate us for doing that. Sure.
But man, oh man, the fun doesn't stop on this weekend, man. We have so many wild conventions to talk about.
Yeah, no doubt, man. So next up, man, the next one coming right around the corner is July 12th through the 15th. And this thing is epic, guys, all right? We're talking about, let's see. Okay, this is us. You got to love us.
We always love to talk about ourselves.
We're talking about the Florida Supercon, man, coming July 12th through the 15th at the Broward County Convention Center, man. This is the rival of MegaCon here in South Florida, dude. And, like, they are bringing the fire, dude. Like, they have got some really, really cool stuff. Now, this is a little bit of a pricier con. It is $90 for the whole weekend, and it's a little bit cheaper for the dailies, but it's cheapest if you buy the whole weekend ticket. Yes. So for $90, man, you better be getting some pretty awesome stuff. And don't worry, you are, because not only are they going to have vendors selling comic books and toys and collectibles and all sorts of antique stuff from all over the state, but they're also going to have panels and Q&As with indie creators and all sorts of people who can teach you how to do cosplay stuff, or how to get your own comic off the ground, or how to make your own web series, and all sorts of different stuff, man. So definitely head over to their page and check it out. What we want to tell you guys about, though, is the exciting, incredible list of guests, media, and celebrity and artists that they've got coming out here, man. They've got some cool stuff. What do you say we check it out?
Oh, let's dig in, man, because it is a very awesome-filled event here.
All right, first up, man, if we got any Star Trek fans out there, they've got a hat trick out here that you're going to want to check out, bro. Tell them who they got, Senor Bull.
Oh, man, you got the classic, the famous William Shatner. Captain Kirk.
Good read right there too. I like that.
I thought all the fans out there would dig that one. You know, I've heard that Captain Kirk is a really cool guy to go see in like Q&As and stuff like that.
I'm sure William Shatner's pretty cool too. But.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see him in character though.
Yeah, there you go.
Put on that old.
He needs to cosplay it up.
There you go.
Just show up at the event like that.
That would be pretty cool. Why don't you tell him who's in the middle right here? He's definitely one of my favorites.
He's like my spirit animal over there on Star Trek, dude, because you know, I'm Data in the streets, Riker in the sheets, baby. That's what's up. We got Jonathan Frakes coming in as, doing his thing, coming off directing shows like Star Trek Discovery, having directed some of the feature films for Star Trek. He's even directed some of the Orville, the Seth MacFarlane show. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty hot.
So he's great to talk to about the differences between them, man. Super nice guy, consummate professional, real life trombone player. The guy's amazing. There's nothing he can't do. Go get his autograph, talk to him, stroke his beard, tell him the Power Hour sent you.
Don't tell him we told you to do that part. Though.
Yeah.
He'll be looking,
Tell him that was just your thing that you wanted to do.
That's awesome. Stop being mean to Geordie, Riker.
We'll have to send him one of those beard balm brushes.
There you go. Big shout out to Justin A out there. Jordan A, sorry.
But Gates McFadden, the lovely and beautiful Dr. Beverly Crusher, will also be there. So go down there and give her a prescription for awesome.
Absolutely, man. I love her character on the show, man. Like, what a trio here. I mean, it would just be awesome to see the three of them together. Hopefully, they're doing some sort of panel or something.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Like, they have a lot of different events like that. Like I said, so many different panels. We didn't even take any note of it, but head over to their website. It's huge, expansive. It's got a lot of stuff and a lot of information because it's just around the corner. You know, some of the other events we're talking about tonight, they're still going to be putting out updates till the week before their event.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
so keep checking these websites. Just bookmark them and check them out. But Supercon, like we said, it's only about a month away, you know, a few weeks away. So they're pretty solid on what they've got going, man. And this is a great way to kind of start off talking about their event, because next up, man, we've got a whole other trio of awesome cats that you guys just might recognize. What do you think of these guys, Senior Bull?
Oh, man, you want to talk about a comic world powerhouse, man. You know, Luke Cage just dropped season 2 on Netflix, man. And, you know, Supercon isn't disappointing, man, because right in the middle right there, you got the man himself. Was that Mike Cotter? Is that or
I think it might be Coulter.
Coulter? Yeah, sorry. Once again, not so good with the names. But but Luke Cage,
yeah.
I mean, I have a feeling he's probably going to be cosplaying. You guys will hoodie on and stuff like that. Right? You know, getting out of Harlem for a few days, right? But man,
it makes me wish I'd went to see Charlie Cox at MegaCon, man. You could have got a duo there. That'd been half the Defenders.
There you go, man. You just collected them all like baseball cards or
But yeah, definitely from the Defenders, from Jessica Jones. You may know him from Halo. He does one of the voices of the characters in Halo.
That's right.
Do you know which guy that is? I don't play the Halo.
I'm pretty sure that's the main character in Halo 5, like besides Master Chief.
Okay.
Spartan Locke is his name.
Cool.
So,
yeah, that's a cool name.
absolutely. Yeah, he's awesome too. Definitely very, very cool. If you haven't played Halo 5, check it out. But man, this guy over here on we're right over here. Yeah. You know, man, I'm a huge fan of the show The Flash. I know a few of the fans actually saw me over the weekend, man, and they were like, "Man, I love that Flash shirt you were wearing last week," you know? So yeah, definitely here. Now, this isn't just any Flash.
Yeah, this is the original Flash, man.
Absolutely. We're not talking about no crazy time jump things from the show. We're talking about the 1990s Flash, you know. It is John Wesley Shipp.
Yep.
You know, and he starred as the Flash, which I thought was so cool that then in the new show they make him Barry Allen's father.
Yeah, and Jay Garrick.
Yes. Yes.
Spoiler if you haven't seen the show. Sorry, but whatever.
Get caught up. It's on Netflix.
Yeah. It's a multiverse. There's like 10 of them. It doesn't matter.
Oh, Jason, I was like, a baseball reference. I love it. Absolutely, man. But we can't go without mentioning, I mean, the ever-talented, the awesome makeup. Loved him in Guardians.
Yep.
We got, not to mention also The Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we got Michael Rooker.
Yeah, dude. I remember him way back when he was in Mallrats, and he was kicking ass on there. Man, he was super good, dude.
Right. He was the security guy, right?
Well, he was like the girl's dad.
That's right. No, you're right. You're right. Yeah, the chocolate
covered pretzel thing. Yes, that was him that they got with that, dude. But yeah, man, Yondu, such a legendary character. Now, Michael Rooker did show up to the San Diego Comic-Con in full costume as Yondu. So you never know what's going to happen here at Supercon, but he's obviously a super cool guy, man. So get out there, check him out. I mean, his characters on The Walking Dead and everything, they're always just so deep, so complex, man. He's a wonderful actor. And he's also going to be there alongside Sean Gunn. Who's,
the director's brother.
Yes, and he also plays Yondu's like assistant raider guy. You know?
That's right, the little guy. Yeah. The one that, That's awesome, man.
Yeah, so man, you guys can go down there and get an autograph from each of them, man, and really have like a set of Guardians collectibles here. That'd be pretty rocking, dude. So I thought that was a cool trio of cats there, a quartet of awesome guests.
Exactly, man. Some real superheroes.
All right, and let's keep rolling with the superheroes. You want to see some more people play superheroes?
Keep it going. Let's see it.
All right, let's check it out, man. These are superhero-themed guys right here. I know we got Robin Lord Taylor, who I know you can tell us about.
Absolutely, man. I know even still to this day, man, Gotham is super hot on Fox. And I have to say, when I was watching the show, I did stop. I might get caught up on some point. You know, I know it's on Netflix and stuff, but one of my favorite characters had to be Robin Lord Taylor's The Penguin. I just thought he really played the character really well. I mean, some of the story has him go off the beaten path, but just the essence of the character, like, you know, how evil he is at heart. What's that?
This guy nails it, huh?
He kills it.
Nice.
Literally. Wow.
Yeah, this is one I definitely am behind on. I got to get down there and check me out some Gotham, man. I was very nervous about the show when it first came out. It looked like it was really going to be wild. But I've heard a lot of good things about it, man. And that season, what is it, 3 trailer or whatever, with their kind of weird take on the Joker, I'm like, I got to check that out, man. That looks cool as hell. So if you're already a fan of the show, I know you recognize this guy right here, Oswald Cobblepot. Go down there, check him out, grab an autograph from him, man. But you got to know that me and Senor Boyle know this this beautiful gentleman in green right here, dude. This is the original Hulk, Lou Ferrigno, man.
Oh yeah, our buddy, our MegaCon buddy.
He was
sorry,
probably,
Lou.
He was probably one of the first celebrities we ever met. And we didn't realize we had to pay crazy amounts of money to take photos and autographs from it. So we were just asking for a bunch of stuff, and they got a bill at the end, like, oh my god, you know. But
it was like that hotel stay.
Yeah.
At the very end, you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, but either way, super nice guy, man. Just big as hell, dude. I mean, there's a reason this guy was competing in Mr. Olympia, man. He was a Mr. Universe. There was a reason they made him the Hulk at the time, dude. The guy's a giant. He's a beast. He's super awesome, guys. Go check him out. Go tell him hi. Don't mention us at all. You might get a better deal. But
That's
you may not
awesome.
recognize the gentleman in the middle. This is Terry Notary. He's a motion capture artist, and I guarantee you've seen his work because he's in Avengers Infinity War. He is in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes and some of the other Planet of the Apes.
Okay.
And he does a lot of motion capture for different things.
Cool.
So a lot of times he's kind of the unsung hero of the cast. He's the guy wearing a weird costume with this rig and all this stuff. He did the original capture in Avengers for like Thanos.
Oh, okay,
You know?
cool.
And
cool.
then later they brought in Josh Brolin to do the voice work. And in Infinity War, Josh Brolin did the motion capture for Thanos, but Terry Notary did a lot of the supporting characters and stuff like Groot and stuff like that.
Well, man, I know we'd have a lot of questions to ask this guy.
Oh,
You know,
totally,
definitely.
man.
I'm sure he's full of knowledge, and it's just so really cool to meet someone who's, you know, portrayed those characters, even though you don't, you know, he doesn't exactly look like him. This is the guy behind the magic.
No doubt, man. And, you know, if you guys have never Googled motion capture video things, like his performance is what you see. So a lot of the acting chops of the CGI characters that we see that come across as very lifelike and real are thanks to people like Terry Notoriety and to him himself. So
Awesome, man. Well, who else do we got coming in on this awesome con?
We're
man?
only like halfway through.
Oh, man, keep it going. People want to see what's happening.
All right, next up, we got an awesome list of cats right here, dude. We have got John Barrowman, who plays Malcolm Merlin over there in Arrow, dude. Super great actor. He was also on Doctor Who.
Torchwood, right?
Yeah, well, he was in Doctor Who and later in
That's
Torchwood,
right,
too.
that's
Yes.
right.
So, super awesome guy, amazingly talented. If you haven't seen the crossover episode where he sings, you are missing something, man. This guy
That
has
was
an
awesome.
angelic angel voice that blew me away because he's normally just a bad guy. So, but
Oh, yeah.
I have to say I was super stoked about that. Also, the mystery man over here on the side that we've got in his hoodie and sunglasses. I know a lot of Mean Girls fans out there may recognize Daniel Francisi, I think's his name.
Okay.
Yeah, he was in the movie Mean Girls. It's where he's most known from. This is like the kind of meme that spawned from it.
Oh, okay.
And I only bring it up because he doesn't even go here. All right, fans of the movie will get that one. But either way, I definitely had to give a shout out to like this chick over here, Bex Taylor Kloss. Man, she played Sin in Arrow. She was a friend of
Black Canary.
No. The guy in red. What's his name?
Oh, Roy Harper.
Roy. Yeah, I always think his name's Connor because I'm always thinking of his son in the comics. But yeah, Roy. It was one of Roy's friends and stuff like that. She played Teresa in iZombie, had a recurring role there for a few episodes. She was Bullet in the original The Killing. She's Pidge in Netflix's new Voltron reboot.
Wow.
She plays Lex in House of Lies. She was Audrey in the Scream series. And she was even in the last episode of Glee, in the finale of it, right?
Wow, man. She gets around, huh?
I'm just going to let that one hang out there. But I had to mention this chick because I always see her in little bit parts here and there in all these different shows and stuff like that. And I just love this girl. She is so awesome. Her characters are always so cool. She's so true. It doesn't hurt that she's wicked super cute and actually kind of really looks like a girl I used to date. So I'm over the moon for this girl. I have a wicked crush on her. If anyone's going down to Supercon, put in a word for me, man. Tell her what's up. Give her my phone number. Tell her to check me out at the Power Hour of Love, man. Because I just had to tell you, because I know there are some people out there that are fans of this chick. She's going to be there, and it's awesome. And it's like the one thing that I'm like, I need to go to this. And I'm not to be a creepy stalker. I'm not going to be a weirdo, but I bet she's very nice in person.
Well, who else is going to be here, El Bandito?
Now I made myself sound like a freak. We'll move on.
Hey, I'm the one that says she gets around.
Well, they've also got a bunch of individuals here who you may not recognize, but you definitely would if you heard them speaking, because they have got some amazing list of voice talent here. Like we said, Bex Taylor-Klaus does the voices for characters on Netflix's Voltron, but even more epic than that, we've got Kevin Conroy, center stage right here, the original Batman from the animated series. This guy is just a king among kings when it comes to voice acting. I mean, what can you say about him?
Man, that's childhood right there, man. Like, I mean, I go back and I watch, the animated series with my kids, and and like they love it, and it's like one of those things where certain parts of it have aged, but it's just just as a full package, it's such
it's awesome.
a great animated series. I mean, it had great stories, mystery, the way it was drawn. I mean, I know that for the time that was like very very different. It wasn't colorful, it was darker.
Yeah,
it was just so cool. I remember when it premiered on Fox Kids, man. Like, I remember I was so stoked. I watched that first episode and I was hooked.
They talk about how they used to actually paint colors on completely black paper to make the scenes really come through as very dark, man. So he also does the voice of Batman in all of the Arkham series games. So, if you're looking for that more serious take of Batman, he absolutely crushes it there. He's done a number of the DC direct-to-DVD animated films, and he's just a legend among voice actors. Is that guy who just kind of showed up one day and was like, dude, can I give it a shot? Wasn't really doing voice acting, and then just killed it. And has been iconic ever since. So if you've ever wanted the opportunity to go and get an autograph from him or say hi or grab a selfie, here's your chance down here at Florida Supercon. But if you're a big animated Batman fan, you may know the voice of this young lady right next to him, because that is Tara Strong, man, who took over the voicing chops from Miss Harley Quinn.
Oh, man, we know right now probably Harley is probably one of the biggest comic book females out there. I mean, she's on like you said, even that first cosplay image, who was it? It was Harley Quinn, right?
Yep.
And so yeah, definitely, hey, why not go out and find who provides the voice for that devilish Harley,
No doubt, man. And of course she took over after Arlene Sorkin originally did it. I think Arlene even did the Arkham Asylum game.
Yes.
But then Tara Strong took over after that. And she's fantastic. I mean, you barely notice a difference between the two, but she definitely brings her own life and her own character to the character. So she's fantastic. She also does a number of other things. I mean, voice actors, the way they are, there's so many we can't even list them. But get out there, check her out, man, because she's also stunning. Let's not forget that, which is unusual. You'd think voice actors are all just like ugly people, but no, she's gorgeous. So
I mean, that's why we're on here showing our beautiful faces to all you guys.
I know. This is why we don't do an audio podcast. Forget that. Who wants to listen to us? You got to see us to believe how gorgeous we are. But the older gentleman here among them is Alan Oppenheimer, man. Now, this is a guy who, man, if you're 30, you know everything this guy's ever done, and you love it. He was in The Never-Ending Story, and he did the original voice for Mighty Mouse. Here I come to save the day.
Absolutely.
But you guys may know the wicked resurgence of his original super character, Skeletor from He-Man and the Masters of the Universe cartoon.
Oh, man, it was so good. Definitely throw down some love in the comments if you guys love He-Man back in the day. All the toys and stuff like that, man, it was so good. But like you said, that cartoon, man, so iconic.
No doubt, man. And if you haven't checked it out, Netflix has a series called The Toys That Made Us. And they do a whole episode on the history of He-Man, why it was created, how it was created. Really, really compelling, super cool stuff. I'm pretty sure they even drop him, name drop Alan there a little bit. So give him some credit for being such an awesome character, because, they devised Skeletor to be the creepiest, scariest dude. And then he had this like really whimsical, over-the-top voice for it. That's just iconic, man. And fantastic. So
absolutely, man. I mean, like you said, man, Florida Supercon, man, they are bringing the fight, man. They are bringing some awesome action.
down there.
And, man, you want to talk about action? Who are they? Who else are they bringing, man? What's our final slide that we get to throw down?
I think that was the final slide.
Was that it?
Oh, no, we do have a final slide.
I was going to say.
We do have a final slide full of action-packed people who may just throw you around if you don't pay up.
Oh, yeah. Wrestling fans, if you guys love wrestling, throw it on down, man. They're coming out of the squared circle to meet you.
Dude, I don't have the slide. I don't have the slide.
Oh,
I missed it.
Man. Hey, that's
I was thinking, I was like, did I skip a I did. I skipped a slide. But you know what? We're going to tell you who it is because they don't need a photo for you to know who they are, man. We're talking about Jerry the King Lawler is going to be down there. Who else they got?
Puppies. No, that's the kid. They got Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid, part of the original Rockers, man. I mean, if you watched wrestling in the 90s, you knew Shawn Michaels, DX, Suck It, all that crazy stuff. Are You Ready? The super kick. I mean, Sweet Chin Music.
Sweet Chin Music, dude.
Man, I mean, it was just, Shawn Michaels was probably one of my favorite wrestlers when I was a teenager.
Absolutely.
And man, just always brought it, and that's why they called him the Showstopper, because he just put on a great time every time he was in the ring.
Hell yeah, man. Wrestled till he blew his back out, went and recovered a whole bunch, realized it was still going to be not great. So he went and wrestled some more, blew out a couple more discs just to be like, hey, whatever, man. I love it. He's dedicated to his craft. He's a legend. He's, did the Intercontinental Championship with Razor Ramon?
Oh, the ladder match at WrestleMania 10.
Yep.
I mean, that is like a bar setter right there.
And what was it, 13 he did with Austin and Mike Tyson?
I believe that was, yes. I think that was.
It's either 13 or 14.
Yeah, I think that was 14. Yeah, but yeah, absolutely, man. Definitely.
Dude's
I know,
a legend.
Oh, the Iron Man match with Bret Hart at WrestleMania 12. This guy
60 minutes, yeah.
just killed it, man. But, he always did a bunch of high-flying maneuvers and stuff like that. But if you want to talk about a guy that's known for his high-flying maneuvers, got to talk about Rey Mysterio. Now, this is Rey Mysterio Jr., as you would know him, because his dad still kind of runs around and does wild stuff, Rey Mysterio Sr., but, he's known now, for going in there, booyaka, booyaka, with his mask and stuff like that and just doing all kinds of
Rey
wild
Mysterio's
stuff.
like 5'7", and he's out there with these beasts just kicking ass, just moving. He's like the original epitome of what a luchador should be. He's all spitfire and vinegar, dude. He's moving around the ring like a wildcat, and he is dazzling to watch. His athleticism is simply stunning. You can catch him a lot of times on the El Rey network, right? Is that?
Oh yeah, Lucha Underground. Yeah, those cats are crazy.
Heck yeah, man. So definitely, if you've ever wanted to check out Rey Mysterio in person, he's going to be hanging out there, and we got a whole bevy of cool wrestlers that are going to be there. But one more we got to drop the knowledge on, man. Trish the Dish Stratus is going to be there.
Oh, man. Once again, if you watched wrestling in the late 90s, early 2000s, man, you had to have seen Trish Stratus, one of the early, women wrestlers that really made a mark. I mean, of course, we all knew Chyna. We knew Sunny and of course, classic, of course, Sherry and
Sable.
Miss Elizabeth Sable. Yeah. But, man, Trish Stratus just went in there and she kicked ass. She's definitely one of my favorites.
She kind of changed the game as being a girl who came in as a pretty face and then became a wrestler.
Oh, yeah.
And became a wrestler for real. Because there were people who showed up as a wrestler like Lita, and they were beautiful and a wrestler. But it was cool to see someone who was just kind of like a model and was just like, dude, this is cool, and then totally got into it,
So great, man. And I mean, if you guys are wrestling fans, man, we got a wrestling event to tell you guys about after PoDunk News that we know you guys just are going to want to hear.
No doubt, guys. So that'll about wrap it up for the Florida Supercon and all the amazing stuff out there. But they've got even more that we don't even have time to mention. We've already used up enough of it on them. But go to their website and check them out, man. It's super cool. We got some more cons we want to tell you about just real quick on the other side of the PoDunk News. And Steve Z, he wants to know if Roman Reigns will be there.
No.
Thankfully, he won't. So, yay, even more of a reason to go. But all right, guys, let's jump into some PoDunk news, and we'll tell you about the wacky, wildest, nerdy news out there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I got to turn off this slide thing before I do that. My Windows will freak out again.
Exactly. Windows. Very
PoDunk News.
Oh, yeah, guys, man. We're definitely here to tell you guys some of the craziest news out there in the world of PoDunk. And like we said, we're talking a lot about wrestlers, and unfortunately, it's not all great news. We heard some real sad news over the weekend.
Yeah, we lost an icon, man. The legendary Vader bowing out at 63.
Absolutely. Leon White, man, he came into the game. He was a big dude, lots of strength, and, man, he just tore through, man. I mean, as you can see, some of these wrestlers, they had, like, real elaborate masks and stuff. I mean, this guy literally just kind of looked like strips on his face, but, man, he was coming out with this big bull helmet on that blew smoke and stuff. I mean, it was just badass, but, in WCW, he was known as Big Van Vader. I never really understood that name. Maybe it's because he's as big as a truck or something
maybe
like
he's as big as a van.
But, man, he was a 3-time WCW world champion, and then when he got to WWF, he had tons of fights with Undertaker and Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, so great legendary feuds, man. I remember kind of a la that that old Star Wars story before the prequels came out, where they used to say, "Hey, Vader lost his hand in a fight with Obi-Wan," and you were like, "Oh, that must be such a cool story that they battled and everything like that." But then it turned out that Count Dooku cut his hand off, and Obi-Wan just happened to be part of the fight. Well, this Vader has a cool story like that, too. So check this out. Mick Foley lost his ear in a fight with Vader.
Absolutely, man. That comes out of his Have a Nice Day autobiography.
Yes, it does. And Mick Foley recounts how a high flyer earlier in the night had told them to go down and crank down the ring ropes and make them extra tight so that he could bounce off, that he thought they were too loose. Unbeknownst to Foley and Vader, who had planned to do one of these head wrap maneuvers where Foley would get his head stuck between the two ropes. Now, during the match, of course, they do this maneuver not realizing that the ropes have been super tightened down. Foley gets his head stuck in there, is like fearing that his life will suffocate from him very quickly, tries to pull his head out, tries to look at Vader for help, who's doing the bad guy thing. He's like taunting up the crowd. He's doing basically this, doing his job. And he doesn't realize that Foley's like actually in sort of trouble. So Foley just rips his head out as hard as he can. He rips his own ear off in the process, man. So
man, just classic Mick Foley. And I'm sure Vader, it's funny, anytime you've seen him in like interviews, he seemed like a very soft-spoken guy. Come on, it's time, it's Vader time. He'd be jumping all around and stuff, but he seemed like a really nice guy behind the scenes. One thing I remember is the first time he came into WWF, the first thing he did was attack Gorilla Monsoon. I mean, the classic commentator and, wrestler from like the 1960s. He gets in there and he's like the commissioner. He's yelling at Vader, "You're fired," or something. Vader just kicks his ass. Vader, he did this Vader bomb thing where he'd jump off the ropes. He landed on him. But man, talk about Gorilla taking those bumps, man, and just definitely putting Vader over as like a giant bad guy. Everybody hated him. Man. But man, definitely rest in peace, Leon White, Vader. We're going to miss you.
No doubt, man. Super, super great wrestler, a legend. All right, but we've got some other more exciting, uplifting news here. Let's talk about Nintendo Switch getting some Dragon Ball Z action.
Absolutely, man. The Dragon Ball Fighter Z game that's taken PlayStation and Xbox by storm is now making its way over to the Nintendo Switch. I know we got some Switch fans out there. And, man, I know there are also some Dragon Ball Z fans as well. But, hey, there's something to sweeten the deal since you guys had to wait a little bit longer. Any fan of Dragon Ball will definitely remember the Super Nintendo classic Dragon Ball Super Boten, which was like really the first Dragon Ball fighting game that came out. And, it was 2D, and it was a lot of fun, though. You could fly up in the air. It was doing stuff that you couldn't do in those other fighting games. Okay. Well, that's going to come, Pat. You'll get a download with that when you purchase this game on the Switch.
So you get the classic game as well.
Absolutely, man. You get to relive those moments in 16-bit action.
Man, you can't beat that. Well, that sounds like a heck of a deal for any Nintendo Switch owners out there. So go ahead and get your hands on that and check it out. But I got a cool story about some video game stuff that probably, could have been packaged together because they're basically the same thing.
Let's hear it.
But it turns out that a new Westworld game has been released by Warner Brothers, and Bethesda immediately took a look at it and was like, oh my God, this is a blatant ripoff of Fallout Shelter, which we paid you guys to help us build part of.
Wow. Okay, so they were like, hey, we're going to make a little extra money over here.
Yeah, it sounds like Warner Brothers decided to, get a license from HBO to go ahead and make a Westworld game that's very much based on the work that they did for Bethesda about Fallout Shelter. So the two games, even just the imagery looks kind of similar. The gameplay is similar, where you're building these underground levels of like security stuff for the Westworld project and all. So let me give you a side-by-side right here. Here's a side-by-side of what, like, half of this here is Westworld, and the other half is Fallout Shelter.
Oh,
so you can see, even design-wise, they look like virtually the same game. But Bethesda's major complaint is that, they had contracted some people at Warner Brothers to help work on design elements of the game under the impression, and through contract, that they would not use that for other games. And when they played this Westworld game and took a look at it, they realized that it has the same exact bugs that are in Fallout Shelter. So they're like, you guys didn't even change the game. You didn't do something different. Like, what they worked on is exactly the same.
Wow.
So they're definitely throwing a lawsuit down on this one. And we're going to see how that works out for this Westworld game. But I got a feeling it's going to get pulled. So.
Yeah, most likely. If you're a fan and you might want to jump in there now and download it while you can.
Now, I got to ask, man, you were a pretty big fan of the first season. Have you been checking out the second season?
I have not. Now, I've talked to a few people, and not that they've said anything bad about it, but they just, it's not as, the excitement isn't there that was like part of the first season. Like, everybody was jiving about it, and now it's like kind of, I don't know. Maybe people are just waiting for it to pick up.
Yeah, I had a weird experience there because Senior Bull was watching it week to week. I think Party Man Will was as well. And they kept telling me, oh, this is so cool. This is so cool. But I waited till the series was done, and I binge watched the whole thing in like a week. And I was like, dude, this doesn't make any sense if you watch it too close together. Too much stuff from one episode to the next completely contradicts itself. So I really don't like the show at all. I haven't been interested in watching season 2 at all. But I'm still excited to hear what other people think about it. And kind of, am I missing something? Because I feel like maybe I am, but I've talked to a couple of super fans already and haven't really.
If you guys are fans of Westworld, throw it down in the comments what you like about it. But absolutely, man, we'll have to see where this Bethesda thing goes, and definitely Warner Brothers might have to, cash out a little bit.
Yeah, they might have to watch out, but I have to say it's a pretty solid strategy for Warner Brothers because, they did the same thing with the Arkham Origins.
Oh, yeah, no, that's true.
Slap a different couple of levels on top of an already made game and call it done.
Yep, making that money.
Yep.
So what's next, man?
All right, we've got the Intergalactic Summer Sale from Steam. Why don't you tell them all about this?
Oh, man, if you're a PC gamer, right now is the time to jump on Steam and buy some great games. Let's just run down a few. Right now, Fallout 3 Classic, we love it. You can grab it for $10. That's the full Game of the Year edition, so you get all the
DLC,
everything, man, all of them. Also, you can get Fallout New Vegas, another favorite of ours, all the DLC for $10, and and their main game. Fallout 2, and Fallout Tactics, like the classic ones that were only available on PC. You can get those for $2.50 each. So for like a little over $5, you get 3 full games that are classic.
I'm getting that like as soon as the show's over.
There you go, man. And Steam, they're smart. They know Fallout 76 is coming out later this year, so they're like, "Hey, come on, man, come join us on Steam, man. We're gonna give give these games away." If you haven't played Fallout 4 yet, you can pick that up for $30.
Oh,
GTA 5. Also, $20. South Park: The Fractured Butthole, like practically a brand new game that just came out a few months ago. $20. It's great, by the way. Like, I know we've loved it. Thimbleweed Park, another classic point and click that I'm a super fan of. You can grab that for $12. And also, one thing I did is I went out and grabbed almost every Monkey Island game there is out there. We're talking about the classics that have been redone in special editions. They're going for like $3 right now. So just a lot of great games out there on Steam.
Heck yeah, guys. So if you want, look up Charboil, look up D3 Chavez, man. Hit us up, friend us up on Steam. We'll play some games with you guys, man.
Oh, yeah, man. We'll have some real fun.
I know. I can't wait for 76. We might have to play with some Power Hour fans.
Hey, man, if all the 76. Power Hour fans play Fallout 76, we could have our own server.
Heck yeah. We'll just get out there. We'll run the wasteland, nuke each other.
There you go. Have some fun.
All right, next up, we're talking American Horror Story 8. Dude, I love this graphic.
Dude, isn't it so cool, man? Well, I got something even cooler to tell you. I know you haven't really watched the show, but one thing that they've always kind of done is every season's been a new story, but they have some of the same actors and actresses come back and play different roles in the show. Well, for the first time, now they've done little hints here and there that the world is connected.
Okay.
But for the first time, it's going to be a sequel series where it takes characters from the first season and characters from the third season, which those happen to be witches. So that could really, really make things kind of crazy. And they're going to combine them two into one story. So going to see a lot of familiar faces. Who knows? Maybe a couple characters are going to play two characters on the show.
Nice.
So it should be pretty wild.
It sounds pretty awesome, man. It's definitely one I'm going to have to check out sooner or later.
Very cool stuff. But yeah, I just thought that was kind of neat because I love anthologies. And yeah, I thought that was nice that they waited this long. And it wasn't like season 4 that they did. It's their 8th season. So wanted to throw that down. But we got some more crazy horror kind of news coming your guys'
We got
way.
some more video game lawsuit news, too. Yippee skippy, dude.
Oh, no.
Friday the 13th, the game. IllFonic announced the cancellation of all future Friday the 13th, the game DLC because of the stupid lawsuit that some stupid people have over some stupid stuff.
Absolutely, man. This whole Victor Miller lawsuit where he wrote the movie but didn't get what he wanted. It's like it's hurting the fans. You know what I
come
mean?
on, dude. You wrote it so people could see it. And I understand, man, like the guys that created Superman got paid like $300. And that movie's made billions of dollars since then. And that franchise, that character, and they got hardly anything out of it. But dude, they never made the fans suffer. We never had to go without Superman because of it. So come on, dude. But IllFonic and Gun Media, let's not blame them. We understand they can't just continue to work on DLC that'll never see the light of day.
Exactly.
So they have to get their production team working on stuff that's going to make money for them. That's just business. So, but they put out a very heartfelt statement, apologizing to all the fans and saying that they will continue to work on bugs and fixes, updates, server issues, and things like that. So, not updates, fixes on the updates that we already have, like any bugs or problems, and then server stuff.
So you're still going to be able to play the game. It just won't have any new content.
Yep. Yeah, no new content. But if you guys are looking for some new content that's Friday the 13th related, guess what? We've got a Friday the 13th coming up, don't we?
Absolutely. The second one in 2018 in July, man. 2 weeks from tonight. What's happening, El Bandito? It's super exciting.
Well, considering it's a very scary, horror-filled event, we are going to be joined by some of the scariest cats out there. That's right, the Horror Mafia podcast. They're going to join us live to talk about some of the scariest and dariest stuff that they've done and seen out there, man. Now, these guys have a killer podcast where they watch all of the horror movies out there, including some of the worst ones you can possibly imagine, and then they review them and talk about them and tell you about them on their podcast, which is absolutely hilarious, man. What do you think about these guys joining us in studios?
Man, I am so stoked, man. I know occasionally we talk about horror stuff here and there, and we give our opinions on it, but man, like you said, these guys are real masters of everything that they talk about, and it's just going to be so cool to talk about the horror movie atmosphere and different video games that are out right now, and just all kinds of great stuff. We got an awesome lineup planned. I know there's 4 members of the mafia, and be joined by the Dons and all that great stuff.
All the lieutenants, everybody.
Yes, absolutely. So yeah, we're super stoked, man. I like I said, I just can't wait to get on board with those guys and just chat about horror stuff. So if you guys are horror fans, definitely join us in 2 weeks. July 9th, and we're going to be joined by the Horror Mafia podcast.
All right. Cannot wait, guys. We hope to see you there. We'll tell you a little bit more about it next week. But for right now, let's get back to some of our awesome convention action and let you guys know about some of the great conventions coming around here in the second half of 2018. Let's head back to the studio.
Let's do it. Oh, yeah, man. What an awesome bundle of PoDunk news, man. Just lots of crazy stuff going on out there. But we're going to tell you guys about some crazy stuff that's happening real soon that you might be able to spot us at.
No doubt, guys. So we've got a couple of really great events coming up, like we said. Again, just sort of in our backyard sort of a thing. But you wanted to tell them about this Wicked Wrestling event.
Oh, absolutely, man. Any wrestling fans in the house, we got to talk about that wrestling event, which I think is like so greatly named, you know.
It's the one.
Exactly.
That
wrestling event, man. Yeah, this is taking place on July 21st. It's going to take place at the Hilton Orlando, and man, just the the list of wrestlers that are going to be at this is epic. Like right here, judging by this picture, if you guys don't know who these guys are, man, we got Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, Razor Ramon, Diesel, the Outsiders. Man, these guys as a tag team and individually ran roughshod through the WWF, the WCW. They're part of the NWO.
Yep.
I mean, they pretty much started the NWO before Hogan came in.
Yeah.
So yeah,
kind of inadvertently.
Absolutely, man. No, it's just so cool, man. These guys are gonna be together. We know Kevin Nash likes to party. Now you're getting the bad guy with him. Oh man.
It should be pretty wild, man, but they have a nonstop guest list full of guys out there. We know they've got Eric Bischoff is going to be in the house, man.
Absolutely. You want to talk about WCW, man. I mean, that right there, I mean, that's the guy who pretty much led the charge against Vince McMahon in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And, he was kind of kicking Vince McMahon's ass for quite a few
Yeah, he was
years.
being kind of a slime ball to do it, but hey, man.
That's business. Vince did it to all those guys back in the 80s where he ran through the territories collecting the best dudes and pretty much put those guys out. So, Eric Bischoff said, you know what, I can pull some chops.
I got something for you.
I mean, really, we had we had Raw, from the WWF, and then they created Monday Night Nitro, which was a live show, which gave them a leg up, which they did what we would consider dastardly maneuvers, and they started announcing WWF results on their live show.
Yeah.
While this, earned them some ratings for a while, at one point it backfired on them and got a bunch of people to go watch the other program, which wasn't so great. But this man right here.
Again, let me point out, they were doing that before the event aired on the WWE.
Yes.
So they were telling you who won before the match even started on television. That's kind of fugazi, man. Come on.
No, I understand that. I'm just saying, hey, the dude was like, hey, I'm going to get the ratings, and he got them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, regardless, the dude definitely had a leg up on Vince McMahon for quite a few years. So it'd be interesting to hear what he has to say when I'm sure they're going to have some sort of a Q&A.
No doubt, man. Also, our buddy Jake the Snake Roberts, man. Now, he is actually someone who's super awesome that we met. And, we saw him at MegaCon as well. He's such a nice guy, man. We bought a bunch of awesome stuff from him. And he was so generous, took a bunch of photos with us, talked to us, gave us a discount on the stuff we were getting because we bought so much. Super cool guy, man. You definitely want to get out there and meet him. A legend in the industry, man. Helped Stone Cold get his big break. He put him over, man. And after being a legend for so long in his own time, I mean, that's really the way to kind of tip your hat, go out, pass it to the Young Bucks, and move on. So the guy's just a class act.
You know it, man. I don't know if Damien's going to be there with him, but definitely the Snake will be in the house, and he's actually doing a Q&A with somebody else. I don't know. Do we have a slide for his buddy that they're doing?
I believe we do.
Oh man. The guy who is known throughout YouTube and on various audio podcasts of telling it like it is and telling that Cornette experience, Jim Cornette, man, the classic manager. Probably most well known for his crazy stints managed Vader.
Yeah.
Like we said earlier. Also, he managed a couple teams in WCW where he actually went on a scaffolding and dropped down and broke both of his ankles, man. So this dude's got.
I think he was pretty unhappy about that.
Oh, absolutely, man. No, it's just those type of
legendary,
stories. Yeah, and Booker. I mean, he's had tons of bookings that he's done. I'm sure he's got a bunch of knowledge to share.
Oh, no doubt, man. Now, one person I saw on this guest list was this chick Rosemary that I'm like, I have no idea who this is, but she looks bat ass, man. I totally want to get out there and see what she's all about.
Dude, yeah, she's been running roughshod through the Florida independent scene, man, just popping up here and there and just kicking ass and taking names. Right now, women's wrestling is just on a rise, with the whole thing with the WWF. I'm sorry, WWE. And
even Trish Stratus came back for that thing. Lita showed up for the Royal Rumble, the All Women Royal Rumble.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. So yeah, these ladies are getting out there and they're just kicking butt. Man.
Heck
so
yeah, man.
Rosemary's going to be there. Sure, she'd be awesome to talk to about, kind of running around.
Scary to talk to. But dude, they've got a bunch more cats out there. They got Badass Billy Gunn, Brutus the Barber Beefcake, man. Gangrel's going to be there. I mean, just an awesome lineup of super cool, iconic wrestlers, man. That wrestling event isn't a wrestling event to make it to, man.
Absolutely. And hey, for the price, $20 general admission. Yeah, I mean, hey, you'll get in there, you get to see these guys. Now, if you want to, get an autograph or something, just like any other convention, you got to bring a little extra money. But just to go in there and see these guys, they might just be hanging out at a table. We might be able to just walk right up and chat with them for a few.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, I wouldn't press my luck with Kevin Nash, but I might powerbomb me through the table.
No, the roughest power bomb in the business, right?
Oh, man, but that sounds like a pretty killer event. But another pretty awesome event we've got just around the corner is Infinity Toy and Comic-Con.
Absolutely, man. Like, as you see here, we got that August 25th through the 26th. Like, once again, man, just bringing the awesomeness to Orlando, Florida, man. Like, Orlando is just usually kicking with an awesome event every couple months. And, man, Infinity Toy and Comic-Con is no exception.
Oh, man, look, Mr. Fusion dropped some breaking news. He said Glow Season 2 just dropped on Netflix.
Oh,
can't wait to
man.
check that out.
That was so
pretty
good.
wild.
Love that show.
But the Infinity Con is going to be up there at the Osceola Heritage Park in Orlando. And they have got some pretty awesome guests already lined up there. Like we said, as it gets a little closer, they're going to be putting out some more information. But we know right now that they're going to have Joe Stanton.
Oh, absolutely. Known for his work on Scooby-Doo comics and Dick Tracy comics.
Yeah, you can't beat that, man. That's some pretty legendary stuff right there. And they also have Jay Lee.
Absolutely. Known for his work on X-Men, Inhumans, and one of my personal favorites, The Dark Tower.
No doubt, man. I also know that our buddy Lance Footer's going to be there, who we met before, and we're hoping to grab an interview with because he's seems like a super interesting person, does some artwork, is considered legally blind, though, and does phenomenal art. So we're dying to, catch up with him and talk to him about some of the stuff that he's doing. But also Richard Riveria from Stabbity Bunny.
Oh, yeah. That's been blowing up on the internet, man. Yeah. I see a lot of people that are fans of Stabbity Bunny.
That's all we heard about at the Daytona Beach Comic-Con was like, dude, you talk to this guy? Did you talk to this guy? Yeah. We were like, where's he at? We can't find him because he was so busy. But we're going to try to catch up with him as well. So that sounds like a pretty awesome event. How much was this one? Is that there at the bottom?
Yeah, for the weekend, it's $25, or daily, it's $15. So
awesome.
Definitely want the most bang for your buck. I know this particular place where it's taking place is a large scale place, so it's definitely going to have plenty of area. There's probably tons of vendors. We just can't wait. I'm pretty sure we're going to try to head on up to Orlando for this one, El Bandito.
Heck yeah, man. We'll definitely have to try to check this one out, man. We did, we've been keeping an eye on this one. Let's just say that, so we hopefully will get up there soon.
Absolutely.
All right, but next up, man, September 7th through the 9th, we've got the Space Coast Comic-Con, man.
Oh, yeah, man. Our buddies, like we said, we know they're up there going to be rocking it this weekend with Cosography, but, man, Space Coast Comic-Con, we've heard nothing but good things about. This is its 4th year, so, man, it's been kicking the last few years.
Yeah, no doubt. Again, they're going to have tons of vendors, tons of, cool guests and everything that you can meet. It's $25 for the weekend, $12 for the day. They're getting ready to release their guest list soon. We kind of hit them up a little bit about it for some spoilers, but they didn't want us giving anything away till things were positive. And I get that. We don't want to be teasing you guys with something that falls through at the last minute. But head over to their website. It's really nice. Bookmark it. Check them out in a week or so. And as soon as they let something know, we're going to let you guys know, probably in the PoDunk News or something, that their guest list is posted. So keep it here so that you can make it there.
Absolutely, man. What else? We just have awesome events going through the rest of the year, man. So we're just trying to give you guys a little insight on what to look at further down the road.
No doubt. Coming up after that is Spooky Empire, man. Now, they had a big event in April, and now they're back at it again for their main event here in October, the 26th through the 28th, man, at the, what is that, Caribbean
Royal Hotel. I've actually stayed at this hotel, and it's very, very nice. When I saw that's where they were doing it, I'm like, man, spooky.
Baller.
Yeah. It's got a nice big pool. I know it'll be, October. It's Florida. We could still go in the pool in October. Hanging out with Freddy Cougar lady in the pool over here. I wonder if she has a striped bikini.
Well, they've got some awesome media guests already announced. The combination of David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson, man. All you X-Files, I almost said X-Men. All you X-Files fans out there, man, we know Party Man Will is down, bro. If you've ever wanted to catch the pair together and get an autograph from both of them, they'll be there signing autographs. They're going to be there, I believe, Saturday only, it says.
Okay.
So make sure you come down and see them, right?
Now, I wonder if Gillian's going to be in the pool.
Ooh, I don't know. I bet we could get her in the pool. But daily, $35 a day to be there. Weekend for the whole weekend, $60. So again, a little bit pricier, but they're going to bring in some pretty heavy hitter media guests. Again, they're not announcing anything too much in advance. We do know Kathy Najimy will be there from Hocus Pocus fame. That's kind of her horror nod there. So that'll be pretty exciting. But otherwise, we'll keep you guys up to date on Spooky, man, because they're going to have some cool stuff dropping pretty soon, I got a feeling.
Oh, you know it, man. It's spooky. It's October. It's their main. You know they're going to have some wild stuff. And like El Bandito said, we'll keep you guys posted on all of it.
All right. Finally, last but certainly not least, November 4th, we're talking the Daytona Beach Comic-Con.
Absolutely, man. You know, like you said, same thing. Like just back in April, we got to go up there and hang out and party with all the guys and meet Tom and a bunch of group of awesome individuals that have come on and become part of the Power Hour and had a great time with us. And man, I am just so stoked that we're going to get to do it all over again.
Absolutely, guys. We went down there. We saw an amazing fantasy number 15. And if you don't immediately know what comic that is, feel free to just shut off the Power Hour and go home. That's the first appearance of Spider-Man. It's a $40,000 comic. We got to see it in person in a locked glass case that was there. When are you going to get those kind of opportunities again, man? It's just a super cool place. We saw one of the original Technodrome toys in its completeness, in its entirety, there on display for you to check out and even purchase if you wanted. So you'll get to see some exciting stuff out here, man. It's in Daytona, so everybody knows the atmosphere there is just wonderful and very friendly and very nice. It's a real party city, man.
Ooh, what a nightlife.
Yeah, and we had a great time while we were there. We can't wait to come back and see Tom and all the gang up there, man.
So, you know, like we said, this one's in November. So just like some of the ones we've talked about on the end of the hour here, like, you know, we're the news is going to drop soon.
They're working on their guest list and stuff. You know, we're keeping an eye on the page. But we do have the insight on one very special media guest that we know 100% is going to be there.
Give it to them.
We're talking about the Power Hour Love, baby.
Oh, yeah, man. And I love the title you gave us here. What are we titled?
We're vigilante podcasters.
Me and El Bandito had so much fun running around last April at the Daytona Beach Comic-Con that we got to go do it again, meet everyone, hang out, do a bunch of great interviews. We are going to have so much fun. And like I said, just the crowd there was so welcoming and so cool.
And the event is on Sunday, November 4th, and Saturday will be on Facebook. So in case you want to find us, you can find us. But no, we're here Monday nights, 9 p.m., and we'll be Facebook Living from the event that Sunday. So that should be pretty exciting, guys. We hope to see all of you guys either at the event hanging out with us or on Facebook Live, keeping it real and checking out what's going down at the Daytona Beach Comic-Con, man.
Absolutely, man. I am stoked, man. We've talked about so many great conventions tonight, man. It is like that's why we call it Convention Mania, man, because it is just rocking and rolling. You know, we did this earlier in the year, and it just turned into some great stuff. So we said, you know what, let's do it again. Tell everybody what's going on for the second half of the year. We hope you guys have enjoyed it, but man,
spread some love.
Spread it, yes. Please go out there, like El Bandito said, bookmark the pages, like the the Facebook pages to get all the up to date information. And man, but
dude, not to cut you off, but look, Tom's dropping the knowledge in there. He says, here's a few of our guests. Artist and creator Christian Slade will be there. Artist Josh Bauer will be there. Artist Cruz Cabrera.
Oh,
Let me see. There's even a see more. I got to click down here on the see more.
There we go. We're getting on the spot info here, guys. Is very special. Here first. Who else is going to be there, El Bandito?
They got the professional cosplayer Miguel Nieves will be there. Super Radio Brothers will be there. Another awesome podcast out there. Thunder City Derby Sirens.
Oh,
holy cow.
Man.
I definitely want to check that out.
That sounds right up your alley.
I know, that's a roller derby. I love a girl that can take a good hit. And they've got the Savior Impala. That's an exact looking replica of the Impala that they use in Supernatural. Man, if you're a fan of that show, you can go down there, pay a couple bucks, and take a picture in like a replica Impala, dude. Really, really super cool. Thanks, Tom, for letting us know that what's going on out there. We'll definitely keep the rest of all these beautiful people out here informed as more information drops on your guys' website. And for all of these awesome cons, we'll be keeping everybody up to date in the next few months. So keep it here, keep it real at the Power Hour of Love. And I know you had one other thing.
Oh man, tonight's been awesome. We love that everybody was digging in the comments, throwing down stuff. But man, we got to tell you guys about what's coming your way next week on Power Hour.
Oh man, a little bit of a spoiler.
Let's give it to them.
We're talking Ant-Man and the Wasp. We had so much fun doing our countdown to Infinity War earlier this year, where we were giving you guys the comic book histories and backstories of all of your favorite Marvel superheroes, that we decided in honor of Ant-Man and the Wasp coming to theaters very, very shortly, that we would take the opportunity next Monday to tell you guys a bit of the comic book history between Ant-Man and the Wasp. We're going to be covering both Janet Van Dyne. We're going to be talking about Hank Pym. We're going to be talking about Scott Lang. We're going to drop it all on you guys. So join us here next week. Get the info, get the knowledge, get the fun, get the infotainment right here on the Power Hour Love.
Can I drop one more spoiler on him,
Yeah,
Bandito?
absolutely.
Tom just got me so in the mood, man. He got me jazzed, man. He threw down some awesome news for the upcoming Daytona Beach Comic-Con, man. And we're going to throw down one more spoiler for you guys for next week. Just like our other histories and stuff, we're going to have some awesome prizes coming your guys' way. We're going to have some fun. We're going to come up with some kind of wild game that we're going to throw at you guys. So definitely join us, man, next Monday night, 9 p.m. Granted that Windows doesn't update some crazy other thing that caused us to be a few minutes late, but we will be here. Thank you so much, guys, and we hope you have a good evening.
Yeah.